Good evening. I'm here at my desk in the Capitol building to bring you a special report on Nancy Pelosi's insider trading. Nancy Pelosi's net worth is $120 million. How'd she get that rich? Is she breaking laws by investing in industries that she's in charge of regulating? Should you be mad? We'll get to all this in our Nancy Pelosi insider trading special report. When she's not wearing a mask when she thinks the cameras are off, the Wicked Witch of the West is buying a $25 million mansion in Florida. And of note, rumor has it that her Florida mansion is in Florida, not her home state of California that she's trashed. That raises questions that we're not willing to ask. But it also raises the question, how'd she get the money to buy a $25 million mansion? Nancy Pelosi, who looks to have had 190 unsuccessful plastic surgeries on her face, invested nearly $30 million in securities in 2020. How'd she get that money? As previously stated, overall she's amassed a net worth of $120 million, while earning her Speaker of the House salary of $223,500 per year. Some people have questioned, how's she done that? Even accusing her of insider trading, with those accusations coming from the fact that she does insider trading. But that truth is completely false. More on that in a minute. But first, if you just break down the numbers, it makes perfect sense. If you look at her yearly salary of $223,500 and say she earned that every year for 536 years, that would equal a $120 million net worth. Oh, but also she'd have to pay taxes on that salary. So she'd have her federal tax of about 35%. Oh, and then because her main residence is in California, there's the California state tax of about 13%. So accounting for the money she'd have to pay in taxes at a total tax rate of 48%, which of course she'd pay. She wouldn't want to break any laws. She'd have to save every penny she earned for 1,032 years. And that's how old she looks, so it checks out. Let's move on. In June, Pelosi bought up to $5 million worth of shares of Alphabet, Google's parent company. And that was right before the House Judiciary Committee voted on regulations for the company. Another fun fact, since 2020, 2/3 of Pelosi's stock purchases have been big tech companies that she's in charge of regulating. Then the plot gets thinner with even less to worry about when you learn a Twitter account that documents Pelosi's insider trading was banned. Twitter, a big tech company that Pelosi regulates, or unregulates as the case might be, now regulates speech about Pelosi, who regulates them. You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. You fill my bank account and I'll keep you from getting arrested. Well, filling your bank account. Pelosi, who is old as was recently filmed nervously answering a reporter's question, which was,
Madam Speaker, Insider just completed a 5-month investigation finding that 49 members of Congress and 182 senior congressional staffers have violated the Stock Act, the insider trading law. I'm wondering if you have any reaction to that.
Pausing real quick, any body language expert would tell you that's a sign of nervousness. And of course, she's probably nervous because she's in a life or death situation, as she is not wearing a mask. Let's continue.
And secondly, should members of Congress and their spouses be banned from trading individual stocks while serving in Congress?
No, I don't know to the second one. We have a responsibility to report in the stock, on the stock, but I'm not familiar with that 5-month review, but if people aren't reporting, they should be. Because this is a free market and we are a free market economy. They should be able to participate in that.
Very clearly said. And for even more foggy clarity, let me repeat Madam Speaker's answer. No, I don't. No to the second one. We have a responsibility to report in the stock, on the stock. But I'm not familiar with that 5-month review. But if the people aren't reporting, they should be. Crystal clear. I think her commander-in-chief would be proud of such a beautiful, incoherent sentence structured out of anxiety and avoidance that says nothing. And the poor woman, just days after being inconvenienced by a reporter trying to hold her accountable to the people that she serves, She bought millions of dollars worth of call options in Google, Salesforce, Roblox, and Disney. Well, with these new stocks Nancy's bought, we'll see if she gets lucky. Probably not, right? Because what are the odds that they'd be successful picks when Nancy has to inconveniently regulate these companies with laws that she chooses to either pass or not pass? Sounds like the odds are against her. But we'll see. This just in. Oh, Nancy dramatically outperforms the market. Her annualized returns are at a higher percentage than Warren Buffett's. She's good at picking stocks. In fact, Nancy does so well at just getting lucky, there's an app out now called Iris, which sends you push notifications anytime Pelosi buys a stock. So you can buy it too. So is Nancy Pelosi doing anything wrong, even breaking the law, when she uses non-public information to invest in public companies? No, not at all, for 3 reasons. 1, laws that have a constitutional basis are pretty much obsolete now that we've ditched the Constitution to help usher in the Great Reset. 2, just like how Nancy fearmongers people into wearing masks while she takes on the burden of not wearing one, especially when she thinks the cameras are off, because the public peasants know no greater joy than seeing her face. Likewise, Nancy takes on the burden of having a lot of money, so the peasants won't have to. 3, what the naysayers who don't like Pelosi, probably because they're racist and they think she's black, don't know is, it's not Nancy buying the stocks. It's her husband, Paul. A completely different person who might as well be on a different continent. They are completely separate people, even though they're in a legal union. Like, they probably don't discuss work at home. Oh, how do we get the money for this $25 million mansion? I don't want to talk about it. Probably, right? Moving along. Also worth noting, you know how Pelosi and her very humanitarian party love to warn you about the impending climate disaster for your protection? Well, her $25 million mansion she just bought in Florida is right on the ocean. Why would she do that? So unless she's doing something like she did with masks, where she's using them as a psyop tool to fearmonger with in order to gain obedience while not believing the relevancy herself, her $25 million mansion will soon be underwater. That's probably the case because fear-mongering with masks, fear-mongering with climate change, no, not very likely. It's not like Nancy would do something she already did. She probably just wants an underwater house. Based on who funds our network, we can confidently conclude Nancy Pelosi is not doing any illegal insider trading. If she was, she'd probably set up a congressional investigation to investigate herself and then catch herself right in the act. But she hasn't done that, so it's obvious she's not guilty. And technically speaking, the insider trading she does is legal for her, but it'd be illegal for you to do the same thing. In conclusion, Nancy will continue doing a stellar job of putting your tax dollars to work for her. Good night. What's up, my freedom-loving friend? I've got a new merch design, Courage is Contagious. That's a scientific fact. You can check it out in my whole line of freedom merch at awakenwithjp.com. I would like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Primal Life Organics, and their LED light teeth whitening system. Have you ever thought, I have teeth? If so, you're on the right track. And also, have you ever thought, I'd like to go about whitening my teeth, but I don't even know where to begin with all the options out there? If so, Primal Life Organics is your answer. I should keep it open for the end of that shot. I'll tell you in a second why it's the only answer for me, but first, I want to share 4 shocking statistics with you. Number 1, studies show that having a whiter smile gives you a 58% greater chance of being hired for your dream job. And having white teeth makes you 53% more likely to earn a generous salary. What number are we on?
3.
And number 3, 96% of single men and women reported that a non-white smile is a deal breaker. And most shockingly, a new study shows that having white teeth can make you look up to 10 years younger and 20% more attractive. I'm not an idiot, but those are good things. Here's why Primal Life Organics is my only answer to how to get whiter teeth. Because unlike most teeth whitening products out there that contain harmful peroxides that can actually damage and denature your teeth and impair the health of your body, Primal Life Organics is all natural, it's good for your teeth, good for your body, and it's very effective. Well, how so, JP? It uses an LED light mouthpiece to whiten your teeth, soothe your gums, or both at the same time. And along with that, it utilizes a food-grade teeth whitening gel. About 16 minutes a day, just a few days a week, has given me a dramatically whiter smile, and I appreciate that. If you'd like to whiten your teeth and upgrade your life with all the fruits that brings to your life, go to naturalteethwhiteners.com/JP to get your Primal Life Organics teeth whitening system. And when you use my link, because you're a viewer of mine, you'll get a full 60% off. Enjoy.